I'm gonna tell you right now how to get some free money. All right, let's talk about free money. So most people put their money in the bank. They're getting 1% or less on their money. They feel like it's safe there. They feel like they should be putting it in other things, but they don't really know about other things, so they just leave it there. Or maybe they've had some bad experiences in the past where they've made risky investments, or they've put money in the stock market or other places and they've lost it. So it's just safe to put it in the bank. And right away, getting educated and finding out about other types of investments that are out there. There are even some that are conservative. There are some that have a lot of upside potential but no downside potential. And just immediately getting your money out of the bank and into these types of products will immediately give you free money. It's actually amazing even what a very conservative investment will do for someone over a long period of time rather than being in the bank. If we take a basic concept, which is the rule of compounding interest, which is also known as the rule of 72, which is something that Albert Einstein discovered. You know, you could double your money every 18 years with a 4% investment versus a 1% or less in the bank, which is like 7,200 years for your money to double at 0.01% in your checking account of the whatever bank that you're at. So it's actually quite amazing when you get educated on this stuff, what you can do. And a little bit goes a long way. I work with a lot of clients, and I have clients that make all types of ranges of money per year. I have clients that make $30,000 a year, I have clients that make over $1 million a year, and they all have the same problems and they all have the same concerns. They don't make enough money, they have too much debt. The guy who makes $1 million might have nicer stuff. They're about the same level of happiness generally, they have the same problems. And the way that I start with anybody is I just get them, we face the situation, we look at where everything's at, and we start on a gradient. So very simple. We either work out a percentage of money that we should start putting towards an investment or a savings plan, or I've worked with people that we're doing $10 to start with, and we just get started. And it's amazing once you do that, how it just starts growing. And I'm a great example of that myself, honestly. I started saving and investing money when I was making $60,000 a year, and I told myself I was going to put 5% away. So I put a couple $100s away every month, and then as my income increased, then I was putting thousands and thousands of dollars away, and it worked. I tricked myself into saving tens of thousands of dollars into investment accounts in different places just by putting it as a bill. So it's actually really powerful even when you start with low amounts. A lot of people make the excuse that there's never anything. And it's true, everyone spends all their money, We make what we need, we spend what we make, and tend to try to spend more than we make. There's never any money that isn't allocated or going somewhere. And so you just have to add it as a bill and make it happen. And it's amazing what happens as a result of that. And then it's just, the next step is then increasing that or coming up with more and more bills that are expenses that become, extra surpluses of cash for you. So money isn't really free, but if you invest it and put it in the right places, it can really seem like that, and you really can make it work for you. Here's an example. I did a high school class, and we laid out, and a great example that a lot of financial advisors use is they talk about getting your coffee at Starbucks or drinking coffee out instead of making it at home. And we did calculations mathematically, and we said, okay, let's say on average over the next 30 years you're gonna spend, or 20 years, you're gonna spend $30,000 on coffee, right? Now if you just put that same money away in the bank instead of coffee, maybe you might make $25 of interest over that time, right? But if you put it in an interest-bearing account, and very conservative, not super risky or anything like that, you're gonna end up with over $220,000 over that same amount of time. And that's just a little bit. We're talking about investing a little bit more than $100 a month. So most people can do that. They just don't know that the results of those actions and doing that can be that, and so they don't do it. So it really is that education and awareness factor, because it's not really a sales process. You don't really have to sell people to make money with their money or to save money or to have money or to protect their families. They want to do this stuff. They just don't know how. They don't know who to trust. They don't know what to trust. They're not educated, and people tend to shy away from things that they don't know about or they're, not educated on. They're afraid of things they don't understand. So that's why I'm here, because I'm gonna be that person that helps educate people and find the right things that fit what they need and, coach them through the process. And I'm really with them every step of the way to help them get where they wanna go.